So in a nutshell, what's occurred in the past 5 months of crypto? There has been no new retail money coming in, but this is what's happened actually every cycle. In the Bitcoin halving year, the new retail money that people call retards, they don't enter in the Bitcoin halving year. What happens is early whales enter, and all those tards who sold the bottom, they throw their money back in plus their savings. So they sold bottoms, they've screwed things up, and then they start being active in the Bitcoin halving year. And it's interesting, you're like, are you sure? Because the prices have come up so much. Yes, I am sure, because they all sell at the bottoms to people who just keep gobbling up. They all sell to one guy. The many sell and just a few people buy, like us. Now that we come back up, I told you, all these people thought that they're going to be able to DCA buy 99% lower everywhere, but they can't because the liquidity is thin on the upside. So when they all start rushing in, look what happens. Prices spike in Bitcoin. They go higher in Ethereum. Now these people can't get back their positions. Maybe the average sell price for Ethereum was like 1,500 on average because I was selling at 2K, 1,500, 1K. They were selling it on the way down. Now they have to buy it at 3K. They've lost 50% of their position. And that's why you see them just rushing into stuff like restaking. So in a nutshell, we have had no new retail money coming in on average, but this is the overall crypto space. Now, we did get new money come in the Bitcoin ETF, the spot ETF. So that's a big start, right? That's pretty cool that we did get that. And some of the money has rotated out. We have seen some of the money rotate out. Not all of it, just a bit. It's just, natural, I guess, natural just occurrences from market ebbs and flows. And we're still waiting for the Ethereum ETF. So that's pretty much what we're waiting for. So if you're wondering like, oh, why did things adjust in one way but not the other? Well, remember, if you're looking at PulseChain, for example, you're wondering why the price retrace everywhere. Well, here's the thing, right? Everybody in crypto has already heard of PulseChain. Most of the people have. And they've already heard of HEX. And they know who Richard Hart is. And guess what? They don't like him. Okay? They've already heard of him. Friends, he did his outrage marketing, you understand? So they've already heard of him. So now you know why. When the rest of the crypto industry goes up, these people did not buy PulseChain, PulseX, and HEX. They don't give a shit about it. They don't like Richard Hart. They don't like him at all. They think the whole chain's a scam, and they're like, hey, look, your price chart is down, and HEX is wrecked anyway. You got no product market fit. But guess what? These same people also don't like Corridanzo, Charles Hoskinson. They don't like XRP either. They don't like Polkadot. They don't like a lot of the layer 2 chains. They don't like anything. You understand? They came in for Soylana meme coins. They just came in for Soylana and the meme coins. And that's pretty much it. They're buying into FTX's distribution, all the other VCs dumping in the background. And you'll get to find out later on. So that's what these existing people did. Everybody rushes into Soylana. And I guess Soylana was the chosen one for this DeFi season so far. Okay, so the DeFi equivalent season, the Bitcoin halving year. So now you get to see, right? Look, it doesn't mean we never pump up because now the next phase of crypto, when we've finally got these middle 30% of people in, remember we're in the earliest 10%, we just saw the middle 30% of activity. When we finally got that middle 30% of people coming in, then we get the retailers come in, which is everybody out there in the world who's been fading crypto this whole year and last year. And they basically say, oh my gosh, you guys are definitely making a lot of money. Those people come in. Now, those people come in and then they allocate their capital. That's where you will see, for example, ChainLink go up again. This is because ChainLink is now cycle number 2. Things in cycle number 2, all right, you don't get pumps from existing people because they've already heard about you last season. They heard about you in 2021. So these new people, they didn't come in. No one's buying HEX. There's not enough people to buy HEX or PulseChain or even PulseX because they've heard about it. They pretty much heard about it. Even though you can tell them, oh, it's new. They go, no. We know who Richard Hart is. We know it's the same people. We know it's the same hexagons. They know that. The market's smarter than that, okay? But the new people out there who have never touched crypto, when they come in, they allocate their capital, and that's where we get new narratives, new stories, and that's where you will see things like, alternative layer 1s come up again. Because they're like, oh, Ethereum's really expensive, man. I want to go on this place. They don't care what Ethereum is. They don't know what it is, okay? And then you also have a DEX. They don't know what Uniswap is, but they'll hear of PulseX. You understand? And they don't know what an Oracle is, but they know, okay, ChainLink has a Swift partnership. I like this. It's listed on centralized exchanges. I'm going to get in. So that's what comes in. However, because they're cycle 2 narratives, you don't get tremendous pumps like the darlings. But no one, friends, the darlings, who's going to get them? You don't even know what they are. No one knows what they are. People holding them don't even know what they are. They hope it is what they're holding, but they don't really know. So that's pretty much what everybody's playing for. You're playing for that exit game. Now, you did not know what the narratives were going to be for the past 5 months. You did not know that. People had to guess. People who guessed AI, congratulations. People who guessed Soylana, congratulations. And people who guessed Coinbase, congratulations. Because Soylana, Coinbase, AI, there's obviously a few other stuff, right, for the past 5 months. They got the tremendous moves. Also, Bitcoin DeFi. People who in Bitcoin and the JPEGs and the runes and stuff, the VCs and stuff who guessed that right, yeah, they're good. They get to dump on everybody else. So, however, these people are now making a fatal mistake, most likely, according to history. According to history, people who just had a season run like this, you missed out your chance to take profit because it doesn't come back to you. You should have exited at racist coins, but I guess you drank the Kool-Aid. Because what happens is, see, they don't die forever, friends, but this is what's happened in the last cycles. In the last cycles, what ends up happening is 2017 and 2021, both times, people from the old stuff, at the very, very, very end, when Bitcoin like charges up and does the final big distribution because new retail money is coming in, even more retail money, and hopefully Ethereum, when that money distributes, they do distribute to the stuff from now. They're like, oh, I've always wanted AI coins and Bitcoin DeFi and all this stuff. However, they don't do a tremendous all-time high break of their BTC ratios. So when they come back, they either swoop back to the high or they break it by like 50% or 2x max. All right. So, and most of these people bought the top. So that's why they're going to be wrecked. They're going to hold the whole way. They either get a lower high at the high or maybe a 2x, depending on the coin and the sector they're in. But the returns are garbage because you held this whole way. You risked the whole bullet. You waited a year, 12 months, and now all you get is anywhere from a 50% to a 2x above Bitcoin. And guess what? They don't exit on that. They do not sell on that because that's nothing. So that's why I'm just showing. And what I'm explaining to you what happened is you can actually see it in the charts. This is what happened to all the DeFi coins back in 2020. So you can always see this, friends. For example, you can see it in AAVE, Synthetix, ChainLink, for example. Now, I have manually constructed the AAVE chart, the full chart of AAVE with the things. Okay, so this is, look at this. This was DeFi season. Look what it does in the peak of up here, by the way. Look what it does, friends. It breaks it by the high by 50%. You see that? See that, friends? And by the way, why did it go up there? Mark Cuban, Shield AAVE, said this thing's going to the freaking moon. It's the future of finance. And here was a top signal. Do you understand? 50%. But look, it's not so nice in many other coins. For example, look at ChainLink, friends. ChainLink peaked. This is DeFi season 2020. Look where it was in the bull market 2021. This is the scummy ChainLink team dumping a shitload of ChainLink. And also, not really them, friends. It went too parabolic. That's pretty much it. But then the same thing happened with AAVE. So you can't really talk about like just one or the other. You go, oh, well, the team was dumping hard. Friends, there are other examples I can show you. And this is Synthetix. Now, friends, I want to let you know, ChainLink was a darling unicorn. ChainLink did 400x after Vitalik fudded it. Vitalik said, you're useless, you're expensive. And then it did a 400x, okay? And it was ChainLink was the original Pepe. The Link Marines, the toads, they call them toads, the frogs. ChainLink was the original one in crypto. That's just show you it came from 4chan, grassroots, and all that. Okay, it's just like it's now because it's old enough and it's kind of like pooping, right? But you're getting diminished gains, but you get a higher probability of win. And when I showed you AAVE was another darling unicorn. It did 1000x from the low, dropped 99%, and did over like a 2000x rally, whatever it was. Okay. So both of them unicorns. Now I'm going to show you the third one. Synthetix did a unicorn run. It did a 1000x return. Okay, now this is Synthetix, friends, against Ethereum. Look what happened, friends. Synthetix in DeFi season hit up here, but then look what happens in the bull market, friend. This is actually, sorry, I made a mistake here. This was actually DeFi season right here. This was DeFi season, friends. This is just an earlier peak. Synthetix was just running early. So what I'm about to show you is when Bitcoin peaked right here. Look at this. Synthetix was down from the top 66% against Ethereum. You see that? That's crazy. So this was DeFi season. So you could have seen this for AI coins, and then a lot of them are just going to rinse. They're just going to do this do this until the very, very, very end. Then they'll pop up and they'll just continue up. Look at this. This is exactly what happened. Synthetix did like an enormous collapse. Now, why did Synthetix collapse? Because it turns out that the founders behind there were dumping a shitload. Like the founders, they bought like $80 million properties. They just bought heaps of property. They dumped a crap load of Synthetix. Now, everyone jokes because Synthetix has like 13 active users since then, okay? And look at that, obviously the price chart. That's why if you want to bet on stuff, look at Synthetix just keeps making lower lows against ETH. You see that? Oh, that's nasty, man. That's nasty. 95% against ETH. That is real nasty. By the way, they've come back to April 2018. So Synthetix, pretty much, this chart is saying you're a complete failure. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I want to show you, for example, ChainLink, friends. So even though, see, look at this. Look at this chart. See, if ChainLink from the bottom, okay, of like 2017, 2018, I know like ChainLink's price sucks, but it's still up 11x versus Ethereum since then. So if you look at a linear chart, you can't actually see anything, right? But if you look at a log chart, you go, oh, you've actually made a higher low. If you want to see where Synthetix is, by the way, by comparison, Synthetix is down here, all right? That's where it is. So Synthetix is going to start with a lower base. By comparison, just to show you, Synthetix is down here. So hopefully if this goes up, see, they might move in tandem together, but look where Synthetix would be moving if ChainLink was the same price there. It's just moving back into the range, whereas ChainLink obviously goes up. So I don't know that these things are going to happen. I don't know, but I'm just showing you, if you do your work and your research, what has more adoption? Obviously, ChainLink with the bridges and stuff. Now, but what I'm doing is, friends, is I'm just showing you why cycle 2 narratives like in PulseChain, PulseX, and HEX, everybody laughs at them. We say, oh, there's no bottom, it's all trash. However, you have a higher probability of success because you can actually map out your story and you can see things grow over time. All right. However, because you have that higher probability of success, what you forego is the parabolic moonshot, the life-changing stuff. Okay. So you can get life-changing stuff. That's why your friend Sammy here with very, very sharp elbows the whole time has been telling you, you should be DCA buying harder. You can't have your little $1,000 shit dollars and expecting 1,000x. You're not getting it, man. You're probably not getting it. Okay, I hope you do get it. I hope, because I want it too. But I'm just telling you, on average, we're not getting it. Market caps matter. Liquidity is too thick. There's resistance levels. And guess what? We've exhausted a lot of the buyers. But you never hear that from any of the founders and leaders because they all think if more people just heard about my coin, they would all FOMO buy. No, the market has heard about all your coins. We know what XRP payment solutions are. We know what Charles Hoskinson method is of like very, very slow paper research is. We know that HEX is giving out yield whereas Bitcoin doesn't. They know about that. The market has just given you enough product market fit, whatever your valuation is. Now we're looking for growth. Do you understand? Because at every single point, that's what you're looking for the future. I'm not saying you're worth zero. You're worth something, but you're not worth a Bitcoin flipping, for example. You're not worth your 1,000x. That's what the market's pretty much saying. Okay, now, of course, friends, these are not 100% certainties. By the laws of probability, though, only, okay, Doge and Cardano were the only old cycle staff who were able to break the trend. But Cardano had the alternative layer 1 chain narrative attached to it last cycle. So it was given cycle 1 narrative boost. So Cardano did good. Doge was cycle number 3 coin. However, Doge was given the cycle 1 narrative meme status. Meme coins became a sector. That's why you get Doge and Cardano that went up so much, okay? However, everything else didn't get that, okay? XRP was not put in the meme status. That's why it sucked. Everyone says SEC case, okay? So what I've done and I've explained to you, friends, is what's actually happened in crypto so far. So what we've, so just to summarize, like, what we've seen is we've seen current existing paper hand soyboy virgin cucks who sold the bottoms of crypto. Okay, let's actually show you the charts. These people, they have now FOMO bought in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the Bitcoin chart price. All of these people, friends, they were selling down here. They will sell. They wanted to go to 10K and then they held off. And so the smart people start getting back in. But a lot of these people now, they hear Bitcoin ETF. And what they start doing is they do extreme risk taking in this zone because they missed it out here. Okay. So those people have helped force the price back up. And it's funny, they're all back in now. So what we've actually done is we've transferred wealth. So we haven't added that many new people, even though there are new people here. To think about it, right? These constituents, okay, they were long from before. They take their losses into literally Roca Negra, who accumulates, which is now 100% confirmed true. We found their private accounts. So just to let you know, yes, I made videos on it. You all remember last year, Roca Negra, 100% confirmed on their private accounts, were accumulating Bitcoin down here because they control the future and they know the future. So the weekends were selling into Roca Negra. And then what happens is Rockenegra makes the announcement and gets everybody back in, and now the weak hands are buying again. So what's actually happened, friends, is we have the same people in this zone. We're actually back to the same price. It's just that at these tops now, the early believers, they are now sitting at losses, and Rockenegra plus a lot of the early buyers are sitting at wins. That's it. We've literally transferred wealth. We go, hey, early believers, you're on top. No. Now you're all suckers for selling the bottom. Rockenegra's on top. And guess what ends up happening? The price goes back up. These people have to get back in. Now we're back in. You see that? Crazy. So how do we achieve wealth from here? Well, obviously me and you can't do anything, friends. We're just holding. But at some point, and we hope, BT coin, I don't know when, right? Could be left translated, could be normal cycle, could be extended. At some point, we reach new highs where the retailers come in. Now, retailers is harsh for Bitcoin because there are no more retailers really. It's literally relying on sovereign nations, more Bitcoin ETFs, more companies to come in. But guess what? They are retailers because look when they're buying new highs. Okay, so that new money comes in, has to push it up. But the best part is retailers can affect stuff under Ethereum. That's why we're in altcoins, right? When Ethereum gets its ETF, same thing going to happen. Okay, but we have not seen that yet. We have not seen that whatsoever. So what I've done is I've just put the story to you. It's like what actually has happened, how we got here, why a lot of the coins, for example, friends, like I've shown you many times, many coins have not made any of these new highs. It all went to Soylana, Coinbase, and AI. Okay, so this is, I'll show you, for example, you can look at Doge versus Ethereum chart. Okay, this is Doge ETH. You can have a look at it, friends, right here. Let's look at the weekly chart for Doge. You can see that. Look at this. Look at this. This is Doge versus ETH. Doge versus ETH is still down 78%. And remember, friends, it's Doge, like, backed by Elon. What about Matic versus Ethereum? Same thing. It is down 75%. That's pretty much it. Now, obviously, HEX, PulseChain, and PulseX all wrecked. Why? Because they're all inflation diluted. If you added up all the coins, PulseChain, PulseX, and HEX, if you added all of them up, I think they're around 80% from the high down, 80 to 83% versus Ethereum. So what you did was you go to HEX versus ETH from the very, very start, and I'll show you that now. This is HEX versus ETH start, and what I did was, I remember doing it. This is where it was a while ago. Maybe we're down like here. Okay, so this is about 85%. So if you add up Pulse plus PulseX, EHEX and PHEX, we are around there. This is just the EHEX chart, right? So we're still getting crushed, obviously, but we are actually in line with everything else. It's just that if you didn't pick right, you have been taken to the slaughterhouse. That's what's upset everybody. Because if you are in all-in HEX and you have your stakes locked up, like I guess Richard told you to, you've been pummeled, like beyond imagination. And because all your value, you're already crushed. The remaining value you had went to PulseChainers, PLS, and then more of you went out to PulseX. So unfortunately, the HEX people got they did the ultimate sacrifice, if you will. That's why, friends, it makes sense, right? Look how much boats we have to carry now. It makes sense now why Richard Hart says, "HEX, you don't exist anymore." Oops, did I say that? So you get to see right now. Hopefully the degens come back and take it over and everything. Okay, so we're still waiting for these new people to come in. Historically, friends, just to tell you, okay. Now people love seeing this fractal stuff and everything line up. Historically, friends, where we are now, okay, based off time. Now I know time means nothing because the stock market's up, the Bitcoin halving, but based off time, we are here. Okay, this was the Bitcoin halving. We are here. All right. So, and remember, Altseasons and stuff, they've been happening earlier. So we could have just had our equivalent DeFi season. This was DeFi season right here. This is literally the explosion of Synthetix, AAVE, and everything else. You see this little Bitcoin move? That was it. The difference is with this one, we've actually had an actual explosion of Bitcoin this time, which we know, that's what took everybody by surprise. Bitcoin actually went up and caught this Bitcoin DeFi stuff and ordinals and everything happening. That did not happen before. It was just Bitcoin going up 20%. Okay? That 20% move. So obviously Bitcoin's done like a tremendous move. You check from the beginning of the year, look how much it went up, 150%. So Bitcoin should have stopped at, I guess, 35K and given us a big alt season, but it didn't. It went all the way up here. That's why when you see such a powerful move, we're kind of hoping there's a big follow-up of that. That's why, friends, we might have an end of times alt season. That's why, like, for example, BCB, Blockchain Back, and others, they expect like an end of times alt season, a left translated cycle to come in because this Bitcoin move was so ferocious to enter new people in. However, the facts are true. We have not had an enormous amount of retailers coming in. if we are to repeat exactly tick for tick, peak out April 2025, that's what happened 3 out of 3 times. But then again, it relies on the S&P 500 timing and stuff. So now everything makes sense, right? I know it feels like you're like, oh, I'm in the stuff that didn't pump up. Well, guess what, friends? Like I tell you right now, okay, I'm just going to show you right now. There are people holding coins, right? I'm going to use BitTensor Tau, for example. If there are people holding coins, right, charted against BTC, they're going to get wrecked. I mean, like even charted against ETH, okay? That's going to be the most important part. So if you chart BitTensor ETH, okay, they are holding this thinking that their next leg is like another 10x from here. But what you might end up finding is this could just come back to a lower high. That's the bull market for it, and then it bleeds out. And then now it's next year, and then they come back for another resurgence against Ethereum, and then you come back down. That chart, what I've just drawn for you is the chart why everybody bag held DeFi coins from 2020 into 2021. If DeFi can't recover, no sector can recover. Why? DeFi is today. Look how much we use DeFi. Do you use Uniswap forks? Yes. You use the exchanges. Do you use money markets? Yes. All this trading, all these perpetuals back and forth, left, right, these bridging and stuff. All of that was made in DeFi. And the yield farms and cake and all this stuff, that is all the birth of DeFi. We still use it today. It's such a big, like, empirical part of crypto. And guess what? It was still unable to break its all-time highs and like powerfully break them consistently across the whole sector against their ETH ratios, which tells you it's not anything to do with the product itself. It's that the market priced it in. So that's why, friends, what I say is controversial. No one wants to hear this truth, but I'm telling you anyway. Soylana, Coinbase, AI coins. The market has priced you in. It priced you in. It gave you your giant pumps. It priced you in. It priced your success in for the bull market. People have bought Coinbase for the customers to come in and buy stuff. Okay, now when the customers come in and buy stuff, it's already priced in. That's why you don't get as tremendous of a pump. They've already priced it in. They've got, okay, you got 100 million users. All right, sweet. I've now pricing it in. That's why they're happy to buy coins at 600 million market cap. And by the way, get wrecked because they're looking at 100 million customers. If it was only 100,000 customers, they wouldn't be buying it up that much, would they? But then they know there's 100 million customers. They priced it in. BitTensor, Tau, they looked at NVIDIA with the AI coins, all these other AI. Now, Tau might be one of the darlings, but there are like 50 AI coins in there. You know, most of them gone to zero. They're just going to bleed out forever. What about Soylana? Soylana's model of like, hey, let's do lots of meme coins, really, really cheap, fast stuff. Okay, that's their model. That's their model. Well, they priced it in now. Okay, we've priced it in. You've done as much as you can with meme coins and Ansem as a main character. Where's the innovation from here? Innovation is in like, you got to convince people there's something new going on so they can hold longer. None of it's there. It's just meme coins. The only thing they're holding on to now is like, oh, there's going to be an election at the end of the year. It might be enough, but you've already priced that in, man. So you're getting to see the point now. That's why we need an altcoin renaissance of a new technology. We need some sort of new tech. Now, a lot of people say the new technology is restaking. It's very, very boring because you're putting in Ethereum, a blue chip, to get a yield. You're not deploying your actual Ethereum. You're just playing with the yield part. You see what I mean? That's why we don't have enormous Altseasons yet. But there could be. Something could come out still which does that. We are advancing the tech. It is what it is, okay? And look, once we do advance more technology in crypto, those retailers out there, they're going to jump on it. The problem, though, is you and I don't know what that new tech is. We don't know what that is. That's going to end like it. The equivalent of 2021, which I can show you right now, the equivalent of 2021, friends. Now, this isn't even tech. It's just sectors. So up here, we had DeFi 2.0. So Ohm, Hex, Luna, Time. Okay, this is Ponzi DeFi. Okay, it's just altcoins handing out their own inflation. Now, the difference between them and Bitcoin is that Bitcoin is a darling unicorn, the chosen one for Bitcoin. The market actually views it as a store of value. The market does not view these as a store of value. They just view these as like a bull market play thing, okay? You had gaming, you had metaverse, you had NFT, you also had meme coins, birth of a sector. So that's what it was, okay? So these are the narratives that appeared. You also had alternative layer one, so cheaper Ethereum. These were the narratives that appeared in 2021 that became big. And if you had anything to do with any of these sectors, you basically hit moonshots from the bottom to the top. It's just that you didn't know you were going to get a narrative. So we could be holding coins right now that are going to be part of a future narrative. We just don't know what it is. For example, friends, I'll just give you an example. Some people might say, Richard Hart's going to force an Altseason at the end. He could do that, maybe. Maybe, we don't know. That means anybody holding any Richard Hart coin, including EHEX, you're part of the Richard Hart narrative. You see what I mean? That's just giving an example. There's other narratives out there. Like there might be a narrative of like an old coins narrative where Litecoin and XRP goes up. Just giving an example. But you don't know how far these things will ever go. That's what it comes down to. It depends how much the speculation goes. Okay. So everybody's trying to guess what this one's new narratives are. So today we have AI, you had Soylana, Coinbase, Dpin, DSI. You had these friends. Okay. New memes. However, most of them are done, okay? Most of these are done. Most of the coins that aren't going to be part of it, they're done. Now, Pepe, for example, in the meme coin sector has shown that it's got legs. That's why we're in Landwolf, okay? You see it's shown it's got legs. But everything else, you know what I mean? That's why you have to really be careful when it comes to these. There might be new stuff. There might be new stuff. By the way, none of these up the top here, okay? I'm going to put a warning sign here. Last thing, friends. Warning. None of the 2021 narratives included 2020 narrative. Which was DeFi 1.0, okay? Just to let you know. I just showed you the charts and the evidence. So even though DeFi was the most amazing tech advancement in crypto to this date still, the most advancing leap, we still did not see tremendous rallies in ChainLink, Uniswap, AAVE, Synthetix in that following year, in that following season. We did not see that. It went to gaming and NFT and metaverse and all the other junk. All the other junk. Even today, the DeFi 1.0 coins have held up better than a lot of them. It doesn't matter. People don't care. Because you think, like, okay, instead of being down 95%, you're only down 90%. Who gives a shit about that? You see what I mean? So we don't know what the new narratives are, but we're going to be here every step of the way. Hopefully we have to find something cool. Make sure you like, subscribe, bell button, all. Catch you soon.